For Mr. Cundy and I tomorrow, the fabulous Hasselbank and Gudjonsson. Both of them had a lot of fun at Tottenham's expense over the years, and hopefully we'll all be enjoying that. But that is for 24 hours or so hence. Right now, Masala Sambu praying that he'll find his finishing boots and get the double hat-trick that he should have had. He's got one goal. Mo Besic has been strong, as you would expect of a World Cup international against a team of teenagers. But I like the way Chelsea have had a sharp end themselves, even if they haven't had as much of the ball, Clive, and they've dug in and defended when they've had to. A little bit of luck, but a lot of good defending from Chalobah and Nati as well. Yeah,
there's been some good blocking of the ball, and
Mitchell Beanie.
Mitchell Beanie, yeah, he's brought into it as well. You have to look at the lads who've dug in, as we say, but we rode our luck as well, Ben, and I think that's all part and parcel of a game of football. But what was nice, of course, is that we were able to go at the other end and score. So it just proves again the quality that we've got within our squad, even when we're up against what potentially is a better team. But when you all stick together, sometimes you can come through these games. Okay, we're 1-1 now. We've shown then that we can score goals. I just wonder what they're going to be like second half. I thought after they scored, to be honest, we were the better side. So it'll be interesting to see how the second half starts.
It's going to start with the young pals act of Mount Nugbo. Chelsea looking to take fourth from Arsenal tonight, although Arsenal would then have a game in hand. Everton, just a reminder, if you missed it at the top of the show, if they win this game, they are PL2 champions. If they draw, they'll be 6 clear, with Man City having 2 games to play. So they'd still almost be there, even if they were to lose to Chelsea. They can wrap it up with a game to spare tonight. This is Joe Williams. He's found Charsley, who's done all he could do, really, to cut it back into that area, but the only person he found was Richard Nati.
Yeah, to be honest, Ben, that's a good ball in again, isn't it? Picks out a player who's in the middle.
You need Frank Lampard steaming in.
Yeah, but it's a good ball. He's done well there, Jacob Maddox. But, yeah, decent ball in, decent delivery. And again, they've got themselves into good positions. Not really threatened the goal, though, this time.
To Williams again. Pass behind John Joe Kenny. Morgan Feeney. Scott keeping up with Charsley. Wanted to go forward, but had to go back.
A little bit deep at the moment, aren't we? Allowing Everton a little bit too much of the ball.
In from Donnell, straight in for Beanie.
Yeah, too close to Mitchell, but tell you what, again, it's a decent ball in, isn't it? We're just offering them a bit too much room at the moment, not engaging with them through midfield, and they're able to play. Maybe that slight fear element of what the boys are up against, but as we said before, they did well against them first time. Just giving the free kick, Mason just clips his heels as he goes to ground. Again, Mason in the right position though, one-on-one. So you can run at your defender and see if you can get beyond him. Don't make it on this occasion.
Matthias Hebel has seen a couple whistle past his post and one go past him and in. It's weird. No number of saves at all. Ugbo's done well, or at least he did to start with. He got past Besic.
He's unlucky, isn't he? He didn't quite push the ball far enough to get away from him. Besic's being a quality player, of course, gets his foot in. It's good defending as well, in numbers.
Scott to Mount. wriggling clear to find a bit of green grass without an Everton player in it.
Yeah, getting good because we needed to keep possession, and that's good play by Mason.
Christy Davis to Maddox. This has been really nicely worked.
I just question Jacob Maddox's position, to be honest, Ben, when the play was being played. He stays a bit wider, and it just opens the game up a little bit more, but he tracks infield, tries to get inside his defender, and when he does that, it closes it all down. Eventually he's given away a free kick, but just in the, I said it in the first half, for me, I just feel Jacob is in a position that doesn't quite get the best out of him, but obviously it doesn't do him any harm to play in a position.
More central to the Youth Cup plans, literally. It's a decent enough strike from Liam Walsh, but he got under it much like Baningime did in the first half.
And again, it's a good position for him, to be honest, and he should pull the trigger from here. It wasn't the best of strikes, was it? I mean, he gets good contact on the ball, but it was always rising, always going over the bar. Although Mitchell has made a dive, I don't think he felt it was even troubling him.
He was well positioned to get a palm up if it had been under the bar. Yeah, Jacobs just had a slightly quieter season. He really kind of exploded, I suppose, at a certain level onto the scene in youth terms last year and got himself into that Youth Cup team, often off the bench. And this year he has been quieter, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I think mainly he's been playing a little bit deeper, though, hasn't he, as Everton come forward again.
No flag. Cross it towards... Oh, what a chance that is for Liam Walsh.
Well, he's not the biggest of players, Walsh, but he's got up really well here, hasn't he? He's inside the 6-yard box as well. Again, I thought maybe Mitchell should have come for this. It's hanging, it's 3 yards out, you know. I just think Mitchell should be stepping off his line and taking this. However, that got up really well, didn't he? Up nice and early, but he's put himself above Calder Silva. The two players not the biggest, are they, at the far post, but he's headed wide from close range. Should have scored.
Feeney goes down. Doesn't get the free kick he was after. Nicely worked, Harry Charsley now. Chelsea back in good shape.
He just let him out there, didn't he, Carl Scott?
Wanted to come and pinch it, a little over-eager. Robinson to Charsley, good challenge, Richard Narty.
Good tackle, well-timed, important challenge, he got it right. Gets this one wrong, could have been a yellow card, but absolutely spot on with the challenge, Richard. Again, just Carl getting slightly out of position, gave them the opportunity to run at our back four, but a good challenge by Richard.
I think he's had a pretty good game, Richard Narty, in tough circumstances for a player that's young even for this level. The chance for an Everton cross from the right, and another chance for Walsh, and the deflection takes it in. Everton, who trailed, are now in front, and we know what that means. They're on course for the title now.
Well, it was good play again, wasn't it, by Everton, and we sank a little bit deep, to be honest, but Kenny coming up on that right-hand flank, who for me looks another player you could possibly see over the next few years. It's a good finish in the end, but he's had that little bit of luck, the deflection again, taking it beyond the goalkeeper.
I'm sorry, Richard Narty, just talking about him.
Yeah.
It's gone in off him. He had no blame at all. That's unlucky. We saw a little bit of that with Ugbo's finish, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a similar situation, isn't it?
In fact, all three goals have had an element of that about them.
Yeah, he's unlucky, Richard, isn't he? You can see the look on his face, but he's done his best to get some sort of block in. It's a good ball in from Kenny, you'll have to say, to be honest, and fair to Liam Walsh as well. He's got good contact on the ball, and he's managed to get that little bit of a lucky deflection.
Nothing he could do about that at all, and was a good ball in, and Walsh, who missed that header a moment ago, is on the score sheet now, and Everton have 40 minutes to hang on to or extend their lead to win the title. Chelsea have that long to get it back. Harvey St Clair will be coming soon. One of only 4 subs named by Eddie Vivash tonight. Throw to Ugbo, who's on the move, trying to find space.
Well, still be a challenge for the lads, you know. It's again, we talked about the pride earlier on, but I'm sure they'll want to try and get back into this game. Might just give Everton another chance, but well, we've got to stay positive as we can.
Scott, typical, nicely played, casual Carl Scott past that first time at Calder Silva. Now, a few more touches here into Christy Davis and back again. Well, surely it's taken out there, isn't it? Apparently not.
Seemed to be, didn't he? But he's still got possession of the ball. Oh, he did have.
Given away cheaply by Ugbo.
Yeah, chance for Everton to counter. No, that's not a free kick. That was a dive.
Panzo came in with the challenge. Kieran Donnell went over and then thought better of appealing for it, actually, didn't he?
He ran away, didn't he?
Yeah. I just hope I get away with that one, and he did. Here is Panzo again. Well done. Isaac Christie Davis. Deep cross, bad cross.
Sometimes you think, well, players should deliver the ball in, and sometimes you say, don't deliver it, keep it, be patient. From Isaac's position, he's got this one wrong, and it looks like he's going to be substituted.
Indeed he is, that's the change. That cross is his last action. And Harvey St. Clair replaces him. Another 18-year-old who's been around all the way from under 8. He's getting a good few goes off the bench, albeit in this PL2 now this season, Harvey St. Clair.
Well, he is an impact player, isn't he? He's dynamic, and he can give you a different way of attacking, and so I guess it's one that 85 Ash feels it can maybe change the nature of the game, and that's what you want from your substitutes, especially when you're losing at this point than we are at the moment. So let's hope we get Harvey St. Clair in the game as quickly as possible.
Hopeful help on towards Basala Sambu, and nice and alert, Mitchell Beanie off his line. Ugbo's done really well, and here's St. Clair straight into the game, and not dissimilar to the John Joe Kenny shot that was aimed at that corner in the first half.
Yeah, he's unlucky, isn't he? I mean, you know, he had one thing on his mind here, I think. When Ike goes to the challenge, he knows he's gone to ground, so he knows he's the only man up there. And to be fair to him, he's fired in a decent enough shot. Again, just rising, wasn't it? Gets underneath it a little bit, but under pressure when he made the shot. Talk about making an impact. It would have been nice if he'd have scored there.
It would. He's got 7 goals this season, Harvey. Against Norwich, he got one of the 13 against Brighton. Those two coming after a good run of 5 in 5 back in the autumn.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is he tries to link up with Ike Ugbo. I don't think Chrissy Davis did that enough throughout the time he was on the pitch, but maybe Harvey can do that. Maybe link up with Ike a little bit better, or get a little bit closer to him.
As things stand, Everton 8 points clear of Manchester City. They have 2 games to play, and Chelsea will continue to trail Arsenal. They won't be pinching 4th from them tonight unless they can find a way to win here. Dingley's challenge.
Yeah, good foot in. Ike charging at him, and I don't blame him. Good challenge initially for us to win the ball. That's what Ike Ugbo does well. Good challenge by Feeney.
Anthony Robinson with the big hoof upfield. Jacob Maddox has lost a shin pad. He's Narty.
Harvey coming on as well. It was just about on the ball back here. Maddox has moved over to the left-hand side, and he might find it a little bit easier. Cut back in on his right foot on that side.
Tidy defending again from Nati. There's his partner back there. Chaloba. He likes the odd charge forward like this. Sometimes goes quite a lot further than that with it.
As you see there, Ben Everton getting back very, very quickly and trying to close the gap. Well, that's good play.
Mason Mount. Challenge from Phoenix.
It is a good challenge, but Mason took that ball so well in midfield. Very, very tight. We do need to get the ball going through him because he's one of those players who can wriggle out of nothing. That's a good ball too from Carl.
Into Ugbo, suddenly realised he had a chance to turn, and he scored another. 20 for the season for Ike Ugbo. That's a belter. As we said, he can score all kinds of goals. He's got Chelsea level.
Well, there's some good passing in the build-up. There's a good bit of interplay, link-up play as well, but this is all about Ike Ugbo and the finish. He's just come off his defending. They've left him a little bit deep. He's turned. As soon as he turns, he's only got one thing on his mind. And Ben, this is such a top-quality finish on his weaker left foot. Who says that's weak? But a good turn. And that's a quality finish. Just passes it into the back of the net.
And he used Mo Besic as a bit of a shield to curl it around. And I have to say, for a big, tough Bosnian international with serious tattoos, Mo Besic, that was feeble the way he rolled out the way of that. Dear, oh dear. 2-2.
It's good quality, though. The build-up play was good. And it also gives our lads a bit of belief as well.
An outplayed, brilliant game of football this, for all sorts of reasons. And all square. 1 goal for Chelsea. Will take them above Arsenal in the table and up to 4th. 1 goal for Man City. Will make them champs.
But you mean Everton, man? Not
Sorry,
Man
what
City.
did I say? No, sorry.
It's been a long day.
It has.
And we'll take the corner as well. Jacob again, just for me, looks a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident playing that left-hand side, and gets a corner out of it at least. And the big guys maybe can cause a problem here.
Oh, in towards Nati again. I tell you, he's a magnet for that ball.
It's unfortunate he didn't make contact. I think from that sort of distance, you make contact's a goal.
Here's Carl Scott. A lovely cushion touch from him in the build-up to that goal. Harvey St Clair, rapid enough to get there. Not a bad pullback either, but he only had one bloke in blue in that box.
That's all he could do there, Ben. I mean, there's got to be a reaction. You can see Harvey's going to make that ball. He's not going to let it go out of play. And that's all he can do is hoik it back in there. He's done well.
Panzo, Chaloba, drop of the shoulder.
Good player as well, isn't he? He's a centre-half playing in the central midfield there, Trevor Chaloba. Super.
Carl Scott's doing that Carl Scott thing now.
Yeah.
You know, that little bit of sort of casual, swaggery stuff in the middle of the park.
It's a foul, wasn't it?
Just in the back, apparently. No, apparently not. Right, Cole de Silva. Into Ugbo again, he's on a hat-trick.
I think the referee's given a free kick here for the lunge. Not that hard to try and understand. It's not a high challenge, it's not dangerous. I don't think he's out of control of his body there. Doesn't make contact. Cole sees him coming. But again, we'll take the free kick.
Mount has already put in a couple of great balls. Could easily have been finished off. Let's see if he can deliver again.
No, got that one wrong, but we touched on the bits and pieces.
Another play. Is it from Maddox? Yes, it was. Clive, the often fabled magic mark of 20 goals. Ugbo's got there again. It seems to be something that you striker types set great store in. There's apparently a big difference between 20 and 19 for the season, isn't it?
Of course there is, yeah. Yeah, it's a target that they aim for. You know, I mean, you go back to people like Alan Shearer. He'll tell you, if he can get 20 goals, he'll be more than happy every season.
Is it because it's 1 in 2?
Well, I guess so, yeah.
Ish. It's generally going to be ish.
Your ratio is what you want. That's what you want it to be. You know, if you're the main striker, if you get 1 in 2. If you're one of the other peripheral strikers, maybe 1 in 3. I think Mine was 3.2, so not bad for a winger.
That's all right, you're a winger.
But yeah, that's what you want to achieve if you can. You can't do it every season, but people like Ike, we talk about players who improve all the time, and all he can keep doing is banging in the goals. It's the one thing that the game is all about, prolific goal scorers.
Here he is again. He got 24 of them last term, and he's got to 20 again. Back-to-back seasons, well done. And that's across all the levels as well. Ike Agbo, he scored in the Checker Trade Trophy. He scored a goal in the league for the youth team, and 9 now in the Youth Cup. He scored at PL2 level.
But it's doing it time and time again, Ben, and that's the hard thing. And as he gets older,
combining with Mount again.
Yeah, as he gets older, he'll find it gets harder and harder, and he has to work harder and harder to try and achieve it. The longer he goes on, the better his career becomes. But he's certainly given him a great platform to work from, because he has got that ability of just being in the right place at the right time, and certainly putting the ball in the back of the net.
At the start of next season, just after the start, he will turn 19. Just thinking about what we've seen with Tammy. And Tammy Abraham at Bristol City as the ball comes in towards Donald. Good challenge from Trevor Chalova.
We've won the ball back. There's an edge about us now, Ben, that we didn't have a little bit earlier on. Nice sharpness to our passing, sharpness to our tackling. That's a decent ball forward with a good touch as well. This game is 20 to 5 minutes to go, is on an edge, whereas I think earlier on you would probably said Everton might have walked away with it. But we've battled him well, we stood up strong, and we've proved to Everton that we can score goals too. So this is finely tuned, this game.
I think in many ways this is one of the most impressive performances I've seen from this PL2 side this term. The game here against Man United, they were brilliant. This, in slightly different circumstances, excellent. Let's hope it doesn't go south in the final quarter of it. That's what we're heading towards now. Chelsea free kick here. But do you think, well, I was going to say there, Clive, it's going to be 19. Is another year of this a little bit treading water for him, for Ugbo? Do you think is next season too soon for a loan to, I don't know, a Bristol City?
I guess we look at what Tammy's done, don't we? Tammy is a couple of years older than him, though, isn't he? Is he
one year? One academic year.
Well, if he's 1 year older, then that's answering the question. Tammy can go away and do it. Ike should have that opportunity to the 2 early goals that we saw. This was a decent ball in as well, which was tidily finished by Walsh, and Ike's capable of. He doesn't quite, he thought perhaps it might come off a defender, but for me that's gone straight in.
Lovely curler.
Fair play to him, especially on your weaker foot. But what he's not trying to do is smash it in. And often, as we know here at Aldershot, a lot of the balls down this end can go over the crossbar. So he's kept it down well and buried it in the bottom corner.
Forward by Banangime. Kieran Donald now. Decent ball in towards Sampu.
He's done well there, Cole, because being at the far post, if they throw the ball in that area, it's not the biggest of players. Offside given by the look of it, but he's read the situation well. He can't win the headers at the far post, so he's probably tried to just involve himself in the connection with the player who's there. He didn't know he was going to be offside, but he managed to get something on the ball.
I think out right under the cosh they were for long chunks of that first half. As Clive said, it's an even game now. Obviously Everton have clearly more to play for. Donald just tried that little reverse ball, nearly worked as well. Ugbo's had to win that one for himself, and he has. Told you he's a good target, man.
Chase your own flick on there. How good is that?
And there was a gap, and Harvey St Clair is trying to burst through it. And keeper should be favourite here.
Unlucky, isn't it? I mean, Harvey's done well to link up with Ike. Ike's done brilliant. In the first head, he's headed it onto himself. He's picked up the loose ball, kept possession, players all around him. Just that touch for Harvey, a bit too heavy, but maybe too many players around him to get anything out of it. But as I said earlier on, when he came on as sub, just needed to get as close to Ike as he possibly could, and he'll pick up those bits and pieces.
Anthony Robinson with the cross. It's a good one. A spectacular effort coming in from Basala Sambu.
Do you know what? I don't mind him trying this, to be honest. And we love to see at this age, whatever happens, you know, he's got the confidence to take this on. The ball was just a little bit too long for him, but as we've seen from Robinson, he's got a good left foot when he gets forward, and he's popped this one into the far post area. Nice attempt, if nothing else.
That would have been a worldie, way beyond the far post.
Well, I think if he'd have scored, we'd have all stood up and clapped, to be fair.
Yes. Meanwhile, at the other end, more excellent battling efforts from Ugbo. He's had such a good game, even without the goals.
That's a great touch by Mason Mount then.
Wriggling away from the challenges. Banagime and floating another ball across that no one's on the end of. Not the first time that's happened.
Well, and again, as I said, play everything through Mason. He's been absolutely brilliant tonight. Did well to get any sort of cross in there, but to get it in as well as he did, I don't think Ike even expected it to come in. Game's getting more and more stretched though at this stage.
And Chaloba, fabulous. You're not getting round Trev.
Yeah, physical, wasn't he? Just waiting for Mitchell to come out and take this. Mitchell stayed on his line. I thought he sort of helped out his big defender a bit quicker, but he did manage to get there in the end, which is the main thing.
So Ike will be 19 towards the end of September. Tammy will be 22 weeks later. So yeah, they're almost exactly a year apart.
Well, that answers the question. Absolutely. If Tammy can go away and do as well as he has done, and he's been terrific, I think why not give Ike an opportunity to do similar?
I mean, you know how many scouts come to these games, and
there'll be lots of people.
A lot of people will have seen Ike Ugbo and thought, there's a centre forward who's got some of everything. Just seen another nice lay off the Carl Scott who couldn't make anything of it there.
Well, being what he's done, can he come forward again? He's been a danger.
Oh, it's a great ball, and it's another top stop, and Chelsea look for a flag. There isn't one. It's Basala Sambu again, and the personal duel between him and Beanie. And Beanie's winning it.
Yeah, he certainly is. I mean, it's a good save. Again, Ben, I don't think it's the best header, but he's made decent contact. He's got it on target. But the guy for me who's made it again is Kenny. What I've seen of him tonight, the fullback, you know, it's the Seamus Coleman, isn't it, in the making. He's excellent for me. I think we'll see a bit of him in the future.
Behind young Mason Holgate in the pecking order, but possibly not for long. Obviously, horrific injury for Seamus Coleman. Here comes Mason Mount now. Can Chelsea get in front? Again, not quite. Did it go out before the touch?
No. Goal kick. No. Just got away from him, didn't it, on his last touch, but yeah, nice and positive. That's what we needed at this stage of the game. No one wants to make a mistake. And Sambu, what a cross this is from Kenny. Absolutely inch perfect for him. He's missed a few, hasn't he? Mistimed headers. Necessarily mistimed it here, but just doesn't go really with any conviction for me. Top centre forwards again, as I've said before, finish from that sort of distance. Good save though, Mitchell. It's done well.
Mount forward for Ugbo. Beanie will clear. Ruben Salmon, 18 to play. Still anyone's.
Yeah, one mistake and you can lose the game here, and I think that's what both sides are wary of. We have to say, Ben, at that early stage, we talked about Everton overpowering us. It's 50-50 now for me. Could go either way. Both sides playing as well as each other.
Talking to in the first half.
Yeah, he just tries to read this situation, doesn't he? Expects Sambu to turn the other way. He doesn't. Good turn by the centre forward, you have to say. Trevor gets the wrong side of him and just clips his heels and down he goes. Definitely a free kick. Nothing more. problems with free kicks, and especially later in the game when you expect players to lose their markers, but sometimes it's a question mentally of switching on.
It's off the head of Sam at Everton corner.
I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I think Ruben needed a call from Trevor, who was right behind him. A big screen from Trevor Chalobah here, and he clears. It's a decent ball in, though. I guess from Ruben's point of view, if he doesn't get the call, he has to make contact, which he does. He's got a good delivery, hasn't he, Donald? He's going over to take this again as the referee wants to have a word with one or two, having a little push and a shove in the box.
Where's the shout, but an Everton head got on it. It's just behind both Charsley and Basala Sambu. That head across the back, and last man back is Anthony Robinson.
Again, a decent ball to the far post. It's a very good header back into our six-yard box area. Some players don't really react, to be honest. I think they've missed a great opportunity there. Shall I say another one, Ben? Good play.
And again, it's Agbo.
Yeah.
Heavy touch from him there. A little nibble at Barry Baningime, but he didn't catch him. It's not enough to take him down. Joe Williams. Not sure who that's for. Possibly Kenny, but way off.
It's difficult to defend from those deep positions and throwing to be given away pretty cheaply. Try comes in, and not one that expected to cause too many problems. Just taking the shot on, bang on target, but that one covered quite comfortably.
One of a number of regular threats tonight, Liam Walsh. Coming from all angles at times. Chelsea have grown into it in terms of being a regular threat. That early goal in the first half came either side of a very strong period of play for David. And then coming on next as Beanie comes out and beats Sambu to it just
needs to get there, doesn't he? Make contact. Mitchell does really well, really quick off his line.
Well done, Jacob Maddox.
Yeah, done ever so well there, getting back into position. As I said before, Jacob's quick and he's able to cover the ground. He sees that situation and deals with it. Probably not a position he likes to be in. And to run back like that, not always the best way. We have to see him playing a little bit deeper and facing the play generally. Kenny again causing problems on that.
Yeah, he's been
right
really
flank.
good. On the left, it's Robinson. Harvey St Clair couldn't touch him. Keeper is the call.
Well done, Mitchell. Good shape. And that's what you need. Everybody heard him. Defenders let him get hold of it.
Good throw as well.
Yeah, if we can keep possession, there's a chance. We need to do that. He could have kept it.
Got it moving quickly there, Beanie. Got it out to Mason Mount, who managed to not make something of it with Ugbo for once. Donald. Now Williams.
I would take that. No real threat. Too soft from Williams, isn't it? And Mitchell gets the ball rolling again. Game's getting more and more stretched, and both sides trying to get the winning goal, which is always good to see. But
Lose or draw, certainly 77 minutes, Ugbo nearly gets in on Feeney. This has been an excellent performance from Chelsea, especially when they had to ride out the early storm. Did that very well. Feel hugely disappointed if they weren't to get something from it. more good defending from Richard Narty, and then likewise Chaloba, very cool.
Yeah, they've been excellent, the two centre-backs, haven't they? Really have done well together today. Nice to see them comfortable with the ball as well, Ben, which is always a pleasure.
Older Silva. St Clair wanted to make that his real endeavour. Strong challenge from Baningime.
It is a strong challenge, and some would say, you know, he's off the ground again, charging in, but he wins the ball quite cleanly.
Charsley trying to win it just inside the box there.
The game is getting stretched now, isn't it? A chance for Chelsea this time.
Maddox getting to do what he likes doing, running with the ball at his feet. Come on, Jacob Maddox. Oh, it's a shame.
Well, it is. What's a shame, Ben, is he doesn't hit the target. He's leaning back as he's stretching to take this shot on. He's got one thing in his mind. I don't blame him, because he's one-on-one. And he's got the ability to get past or make an angle for the shot, which he's done. Unfortunately, doesn't get the contact on the ball, and it sails wide and high, and he's disappointed, but he's done the right thing for him.
Absolutely worth a crack. David Hennon coming on to replace Joe Williams here. He's been waiting a while for that, but the ball, like I said, the game got stretched and just kept going. End-to-end stuff, as somebody would say. He's got a couple of goals this season, Hennon.
So Dave Unsworth feels that he's going to load it top heavy and he's going to go for the win. Which might stretch the game even more. Still might give us chances.
10 left. Still not sure if he's actually made a save. Chelsea efforts have been either in or off target. It's a bit of a slice from Calder Silva. Charsley was nearly in. John Joe Kenny again, and for once not a good cross, and yet it nearly turned into something, a good bad one, as your mate Tommy Langley would say.
He is a good bad one, that's for sure, but he's been a major threat from Everton, hasn't he, the whole game. Doesn't quite get his cross right, but on another day that drops in the top corner and he gets that little bit of luck, but
that would have been outrageous fortune. First touch is a cushion header. Carl Scott tries to help it on. And this man forward was actually Harvey St Clair. Chaloba stepping in, and a good pass to Mason Mount, who needs a run from someone. Ugbo provides a rare, poor touch, but he's managed to get to his own touch. He didn't mean that, did he?
No, he got it wrong. But one player I think he's struggling is Bezic. How fit he is, Ben. You know,
well, he's not. It's only his second game in this. Back
and I think Ike has done so well. He's running ragged. I think by making those little runs, Ike runs from inside to out. Bezic has stopped going. He's stopped making the runs with him, and I think that's given Ike the opportunity. I just wonder if there's a mistake in Bezic if Ike gets an opportunity. That remains to be seen.
It's funny, isn't it? Because obviously you want all your various teams singing from the same hymn sheet. But David Unsworth's got a title to go for here. But Ronald Koeman will want Mo Bezic to get some game time. It's like, do you know what? I've got fitter players than him actually. And
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a good player, but as you say, he's going to be flagging because he's not really been playing much football.
One thing you want is Ike to sense it. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But if Ike senses it, I think he probably thinks to himself, do you know what? Give me one more opportunity. And he's done well there, Harvey St Clair. Good tracking back and gets the little bit of luck of the ricochet. Well done.
Off Williams, goal kick. 8+ add-ons for him to get a hat-trick and win Chelsea the game and take the Blues above Arsenal and into fourth. Why not? There's Bezic. He's got deeper and deeper.
Well, we saw from the slide rule goal that Ike got at that stage of the game, you know, he's dropped off him and just left him with the ball, and Ike's thinking, you know what, I'll have some of this, and taking it on and scored. So let's hope he gets another half chance and he might finish it.
Meanwhile, Harry Charsley is thinking the same thing.
Not sure what he was trying to do there. Is that a bit of tiredness? Possibly. Didn't get that right, did he? And again, it's Kenny coming forward causing problems. Got himself in two minds there, didn't he?
stalling up and down there. It's Maddox, has been Christy Davis earlier. And for 16-year-old John Panzo, it's a good test. Kenny coming at you.
Yeah, it's a tough ask for him, you know. He's done his best under the circumstances and against what looks to be a top player for the future. So, as a 16-year-old, well done. Oh, well done, Mason Mount.
Ugbo back towards Mount. Might have been a bit more selfish there.
I think he should have shot. I think Ugbo should have turned it and taken it on himself, but wants to keep the ball moving, and that's okay as well. But the space just ran out for Mason.
It was not dissimilar, funnily enough, to that last goal when he was able to turn because someone wasn't probably where he thought they were. He had a bit more time to turn.
But also some desperate defending from Everton. Last-ditch sliding challenges.
Chelsea strong and pushing here. Can the Blues win this? Certainly be to some degree against the odds. Been good since he came on, Harvey. It's been an excellent performance from a young and, in relative terms, less experienced side. I imagine he will be pretty pleased with this. I hope he is.
I'm sure he
Here
is.
are the goals.
Yeah, I was going to say, a little bit of luck with that one, but then so did they. This was a decent build-up play, and again, the luck takes it away from Mitchell, but this is a super finish, isn't it? See the swerve and the bend on the ball there. Just buries it in the bottom corner. Undeserved too at that stage of the game.
Put it out, screams AD, and
I think
EK gets up.
I think Jacob heard that, that's for sure.
Final 5.